In the previous video, I briefly talked about the exciting news. On June 14th, Loki is officially coming to Blue Lock Rivals. And just like I said last time, I'll say it again now. Loki will be, if not better than Rin, then definitely on the same level when it comes to pure skill and impact on the field. Let's be honest, while Rin's abilities require some level of timing and aiming, like pulling off a clean shot right after using Domain, or landing an Annihilation Strike, Loki is shaping up to be something totally different. As strange as this might sound, he's going to play more like Chigiri, but about, let's say, 4 times faster. He's what I would personally call a no-skill monster. A character that can literally sprint from your goal all the way to the enemy's net in just a few seconds. I truly believe his entire playstyle will revolve around speed. Of course, since he's a winger, there's probably going to be at least one ability focused on shooting as well. But make no mistake, speed will be his core identity. Before we dive into his abilities and game balance, I just want to take a moment to thank every single one of you. Thanks to your support, I've hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. You have no idea how happy I was when I saw that number. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm so grateful for every like, every comment, and every sub. Seriously, thank you. Now that we've reached this goal, I'm not slowing down. I'll keep pushing forward with higher quality content and more frequent uploads. My new goal, to reach 20,000 subs before the end of June. Of course, it would be amazing to hit that before May ends, but hey, step by step. With your help, we'll get there. Now, let's talk about Loki, his moveset, how he might be introduced into the game, and even the possible nerf to NEL Rin. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump into it. Let's start with the basics. There's a chance that Loki might even introduce an entirely new class to the game. Something above the current world class tier. Maybe it'll be called Master Class, and players will be able to get it through lucky spins. Let's say with an absurdly low chance like 0.05%. That's just a theory, of course, but if it happens, it would seriously shake up the game. Now, I'll admit, that might be a little over the top. World class is already hard enough to get. I've seen players who spun 70 to 100 times and still didn't get a single world class character. Maybe they just had terrible luck, but still, introducing a higher tier would definitely increase the grind. That's why I personally think Loki will most likely be released as a world class player. Just look at who's already in that tier. Don Lorenzo, NEL Rin, Sei, and of course, NEL Isagi. It would only make sense for Loki to join their ranks too. He's on their level, no doubt about it. Now let's take a deep dive into Loki's concept moveset. Some of these abilities are based on the manga, while others come from the community, particularly the suggestions tab in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord. I touched on this briefly in my last video, but now let's take a deeper look. C. Lightning Bolt. Think of this as a modified Kaiser Impact. The difference? It doesn't slow down the farther you are, it travels at the same speed as a power shot, meaning a good goalkeeper could still react to it from half or full court. But that consistency in speed makes it deadly. V. Speed Blitz. Basically the same as Godspeed, but it moves in a straight line and has even more range. It's perfect for quick breaks. Now, if you don't have the ball when you use V, there's an alternate version. Unmatched Speed. Loki dashes forward and jumps to deflect a shot that's about to score, slightly redirecting the ball toward the nearest teammate. It has a longer cooldown than Speed Blitz, but it's going to be super clutch in team defense moments. B. Godspeed A forward dash dribble. Kind of like Kaiser's, but much faster. The best part? You can start running instantly, and for the next 5 seconds, you won't lose stamina at all. That's going to be huge for chasing down plays or setting up shots. Now for the really fun stuff, his Awakening form. Loki's Awakening animation is expected to feature a line straight from the anime. Is this okay? At this distance, you've got nothing but weak spots. He then strikes a dynamic speed pose, just like in the manga. I have no doubt this will be replicated in-game. Here's what his Awakening moveset might look like. C. I am fast. This activates a cutscene where Loki says, "You've got good foresight, but I am fast." Then, boom. He teleports forward by half a court. That's not a dash. That's a teleport. Pure speed. V, speed blitz, unmatched speed. These stay the same but become more intense with his buffed stats. B, I am speed. Another cutscene style ability. Loki blitzes past two players using Godspeed. Exactly like what he did to Rin and Bachira in the World 5 match, then takes a shot 1 second later. This ability would be an actual threat to real GKs. Finally, a character that forces keepers to move and predict. And as for passives, in Masterclass, Loki would get a passive 15% speed boost up to 25% with flow. And in Awakening, that would rise to 30% base speed, up to 50% with flow. That's insane. It truly shows how fast Loki is meant to be. Faster than anyone else in the game. Currently, the highest flow speed boost in the game is given by Isagi's flow, the puzzle flow. But if Loki's flow doubles that speed boost, then we're talking about something game-changing. That's really all he'd need. A couple of dribble moves and pure raw speed. That alone would make him top tier. Also, if you have your own concept ideas for Loki's moveset, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. I love reading through your ideas, and if I find one I like, I'll make sure to drop a like on it myself. Who knows, like if your comment gets enough traction, maybe even the devs will see it and consider adding it to the game. Now, let's quickly talk about NEL Rin and the upcoming nerf that's likely happening very soon. There was a recent poll asking whether Rin should be nerfed, and the majority said yes. And honestly, I agree, but I don't think everything needs to be changed. Just one ability. Domain. Right now, if you're dribbling and get caught in Rin's domain, it's basically over. He steals the ball automatically, and that's before his ultimate even activates. On top of that, Domain allows him to hit what is arguably the strongest shot in the game. It even outclasses most ultimates from other styles if you time it right. So yes, Domain needs to be balanced. I'd suggest removing the auto-steal mechanic and maybe toning down the VFX. Sometimes it blocks the view, especially if your teammate is shooting and you're standing in the way. The goalkeeper might not even see the ball. But as for the shot itself after Domain, I actually love it. It takes some skill to land properly, and I think it's a good payoff for players who master it. That part should definitely stay. So that's everything we know, and can predict, about Loki's upcoming release in Blue Lock Rivals. What do you think about his potential moveset? Do you think he'll break the game with his speed? Should he be Master Class or just World Class? And what about Rin? Do you agree that Domain needs a nerf, or should it stay as it is? Once again, thank you all so much for helping me reach 10,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Every like, comment, and sub means the world to me. And it's what motivates me to keep making videos every single day. Let's aim for 20K next. And let's do it together. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.